This week on Destination Polaris. Home on the range.
Boy, there's no place else I'd rather live.
Cowboys!
We're working the ranch in Wyoming.
The cowboys are alive and well everywhere.
Then it's off to Wisconsin, where we called in backup from the sheriff and fire department.
5028 dispatch.
You're about to find out why. Destination Polaris starts right now. Welcome to Destination Polaris. This week, we ride with cowboys and cops.
5028 dispatch. I'm on scene.
We start out west in the Black Hills of South Dakota and Wyoming. This gold camp is where you come to find a little fortune and have a little fun.
It's got everything you want. There's leisure trail riding, there's advanced trail riding, good nightlife downtown, real easy to get to, just right off of I-90. I mean, it's a really good place for people to get away and make a really nice weekend of it.
The Black Hills National Forest houses 1.2 million acres. There are more than 1,000 miles of trails for off-road enthusiasts. Some lead to gold mines, while others to beautiful canyons and epic 360 vistas. So the Black Hills aren't only a great place to ride and visit, but these ranchers are proud to call it home.
It is home for my whole life. I'm born and raised right here. I was actually born in Newcastle, but raised right here at Four Corners and don't want to live anywhere else.
We're cowboys. Cowboys are alive and well. There's a lot of country in this area that people make their living running cows.
Everybody helps everybody get by out here, and it's a wonderful, there's not a better place in the world to live.
We're right in the Black Hills. We're real close to the Wyoming-South Dakota line. There's a lot of public land in this area and a lot of ranches.
Julie Peterson is a fourth-generation rancher. She works around 17,000 acres in Four Corners, Wyoming, with her husband Jim and father Tom. Their ranch is less than 20 miles from the Wyoming-South Dakota border and on the western edge of the Black Hills National Forest. As far as you can see, they own. And what a view.
I've been a lot of places, but boy, there's no place else I'd rather live.
Out here, they're country folk who love their cattle and their four-wheel drive.
It's all I've ever wanted is land and livestock. And through the help of my kids and my late wife, why, we've got it.
Ranching isn't easy work. When one job is done, there are 10 more to do.
Hard work and long hours and plenty of it, because it just never ends.
But this father-daughter, son-in-law trio take pride in working as a family.
You grow up and they teach you the value of hard work and everything like that, and I've always ranched with my folks.
You know, and that girl has worked side by side with me. It takes a tough woman to work with their dad all their life, and that girl has done that.
Everybody's on the same team, and you know, you're all working towards a common goal.
It's often Tom calling the shots.
I'm 80 years old, and I put in a day's work as good as about anybody. especially in a Ranger.
Dad manages all the day-to-day. I mean, like he told you, he's 80 years old, and we can't let him quit yet. You know, that's most people his age are sitting around watching TV or something, but he's going all day long.
Well, we usually run about 534 head of cattle, and I use that Ranger all the time. Well, I check cattle, I put out salt and mineral, I check projects. We got a water project going down there. I put about 50 miles a day on one of those Rangers. I haul it to the location and then unload it and load it and move cattle. I sort cattle with it. I go in a corral and sort cattle with it. I do everything with that Ranger. I use it like I used to use a saddle horse.
And the Rangers aren't the only sidekicks helping out.
This is Dolly. She's my right-hand girl. She's cow dog, of course, but she's my best friend. She goes with me everywhere. Anything we need to do, she's right there, and I never have to wonder where she's at, 'cause she's right beside me. Dolly, quit.
Now that you know the family, it's time to get to work. That's next on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Super ATV, your trusted source for high-quality off-road parts and accessories. And by Progressive Insurance. Think easier, think Progressive. And by Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Welcome back to Destination Polaris in Four Corners, Wyoming.
When you're in country like this with the hills and the trees, and it's a lot of work. You can't just see from one side to the other, and any ranch is a lot of hard work. There's fences to be fixed and cows to calve and cows to move. We don't take vacations, but there isn't any place we'd like to be, you know. I mean, right here is where we want to be.
Ranching is a way of life out in Wyoming, and moving a couple hundred head of cattle takes teamwork.
Today we're going to use four-wheelers, and generally you'll have some guys on the outside.
Tom's Red Ranger is the cow's favorite, because when he's behind the wheel, that means it's dinner time.
Come on, boys. Come on. I load and unload that Ranger probably 4 or 5 times a day. Come on. The Ranger, it's probably the best unit on the market today. For one thing, it's got a lot of bells and whistles, I'm going to call them. It's got a good windshield, it's got good doors. The controls are all up on the dash. And it's just a good, user-friendly piece of merchandise. We run a lot of equipment. We got several pickups and tractors and stuff, and the Ranger fits right in with them.
And every once in a while, the horses like to give Tom a run for his money.
It's as close to being on a horse almost as you can get. And every now and then I get to going a little fast, like, whoop, maybe better slow down.
In the country, good fences make good neighbors. So fixing fence is a constant job.
We have a real tight neighborhood out here. Everybody helps everybody from branding in the spring to fixing fence. It's always been a Western rule that if you share a fence with your neighbor, you meet in the middle and look to your right and you fix that and your neighbor fixes to his right. We used to use horses in pack saddles, and now that we can actually throw things in the back of the Ranger, we can use our fence stretchers. We use the winch to go ahead and stretch an awful lot of the wire that we have. It's just such a great tool for us. You get around, you don't tear up the land. The elk, the deer run through the fence, and so we're constantly fixing fence out on the ranch. It's a 12-month out of the year job.
To many, the Black Hills are a weekend getaway or a tourist destination. But to these ranchers, they are far more than that. This is home.
Everybody helps everybody get by out here, and it's a wonderful, there's not a better place in the world to live.
Cowboys are alive and well everywhere.
Up next, we're requesting backup in Wisconsin.
5028 dispatch.
Find out more about these off-road rescue rangers. That's next on Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Allstate. Are you in good hands? And by Aluma Trailers, the best aluminum trailers available. And by SSV Works, the leader in off-road weatherproof audio systems. SSV Works, make some noise.
Welcome back to the show. So every machine has a story. The Rangers in Wyoming, great for working the ranch. Now we're in Wisconsin, and check out these Rangers. They help save lives.
5028 dispatch.
The Racine County Sheriff's Department not only fights crime, but they also are part of a unified search and rescue command with the Kansasville Fire Department in Racine County, Wisconsin.
Being the county sheriff's office, we have jurisdiction throughout the county.
And we're in Western Racine County Community Fire Departments for going on 90 years.
Racine County is about 30 miles south of Milwaukee, on the shore of Lake Michigan, and is home to nearly 200,000 residents. 24/7, these men and women are on call to serve and make sure residents are safe.
Just like helping people, it's good to get out there, help people. It's something different every day.
Along with their squad cars, fire trucks, and ambulances, each department also has an outfitted off-road rescue ranger.
Well, we definitely needed a vehicle that was going to be able to go pretty much anywhere, which I believe this vehicle is capable. And we do have a lot of rural and wooded areas. We have parks in the Racine County Park System where we have Boy Scout, Cub Scout campouts and people, walking their dogs, hiking. We do have a lot of snowmobile trails in Racine County. We've had to pull this out and use it in cases where we've had accidents. We've done several things to it to tailor it to the search and rescue mission. I've added a FLIR, which is a forward-looking infrared camera system on it. I have a Garmin GPS, a Motorola radio, and tracks, the cab, the winch, everything that I think that we'd need to, get our job done.
The Ranger also has federal regulation lights and sirens and Sheriff's Department identification.
A lot of our search and rescue missions are on property that we've never been to, so we do rely heavily on the GPS.
So how cool is this? You can finally see the thermal camera at work.
And basically what it's picking up is the heat out in the environment. It's basically a thermographic camera out here on the outside, right next to our siren, right above the winch. And what it does is instead of just having a regular lens, it's seeing heat. It's seeing the heat signature of all the different objects in the environment.
Out of all the things in the Ranger, where does this one rank?
Yeah, that's our top tool. That's the one that's gonna really help us find somebody out in the woods.
Even with, squad cars, even with the four-wheel drive vehicles we have nowadays, you still can't navigate through. They're too big. They still get stuck. The Ranger with the track system especially, I've never really seen it get stuck, and we've challenged it in many ways, but it hasn't gotten stuck, and we rely on it.
Back in October, beginning of October, we were looking for a homicide suspect in the Kenosha and Racine County areas, which this vehicle came in handy.
About 2 years ago, we had a blizzard. There was a call that came out that there was a snowmobile crash and that 2 people were injured in the crash, and it was well off the roadway, you know, a quarter to a half mile off the roadway. Because of the heavy snow and the blowing snow, there were no tracks or anything left in the snow to follow to find out where the crash took place. Using the Ranger and the FLIR system, I was able to locate the snowmobile in the drainage canal.
But this is cool because you can also talk to the fire department as well, right?
That's correct. We have the mutual aid radio channels programmed here so we can go direct with the fire department.
The Kansasville Fire Department's Ranger is named 572, and it has a modified EMS skid that goes into the bed.
We needed something that would allow us to reach people, obviously on ATV trails, snowmobile trails, for rescue and brush fire and wetland fire type situations.
So Ed, how important has this vehicle been in helping you guys the last couple years?
Oh, it's been very, very helpful. It truly gets used. We're in snowmobile country here. Somebody's injured out there. How do you get them from there to the back of that ambulance when there's no accessibility other than a trail? We consider it a very valuable asset.
This skid has a seat for an EMT and a secured backboard and carriage carrier. And the guys train year-round so that when a call comes in, there's no hesitation. Up next,
5028 dispatch.
a mock search and rescue that you're not going to want to miss. You're watching Destination Polaris.
Destination Polaris is sponsored by Polaris Visa Card. Power your passion. Earn Polaris cash on all of your purchases. And by Brimstone Recreation Area, the epic destination to camp, ride, kick back, and cut loose.
Welcome back to the show. So we have a little situation on our hands. Luckily, though, it is only a mock situation. We want to thank the Racine County Sheriff's Department and also the Kansasville Fire Department for coming out and teaching us, really, what you guys do with your search and rescue training. Our mock scenario is, a call came in from a bow hunter who fell out of a tree deep in the woods and is severely injured, can't walk or move. So I volunteer, I'll go be the victim, but you guys really better come find me and not leave me out there.
Well, which way are you gonna go?
I don't know, I'm not gonna tell you.
Well,
I can't make it easy on you.
We'll have to see how well the thermal works.
All right, game on. So I'm the victim, and I'm heading out into the woods. They want me to be a hunter who's just fallen out of a tree stand. So let's find a good tree to fall out of. Not really. Let's make that thermal camera work.
Dispatch 5028, a rescue call.
5028, go ahead.
Received a cell call of an injured hunter at the public hunting grounds located at 1254 Stonewood Court. She stated that she can't walk and her leg may be broken. We are also trying out Kansasville Rescue.
10-4, I'm on scene. I'll be deploying the Ranger and we'll be searching the area.
10-4.
Yeah, everything is team, and that's why fire and police work together as a team. And the goal is, like any team, like a football team, everybody has a job to do, but there's one goal is to get the patient out and as timely and safely as possible.
Since they don't have a specific location, the Sheriff's Department deployed the Ranger with a search team, and the Fire Department sent out their Ranger with a fireman driving and 2 EMTs on board.
We're out searching the woods here. We've come over a hill and immediately I could see a heat target straight ahead. As we approached, getting closer and closer, we can easily see that it is actually a human. Now that we found Lindsay, Kansasville Fire is going to be put into action, going out, assessing her condition.
Oh, we're at the fire department. What's going on?
I fell out of that tree over there. My back really hurts. I don't think I can walk.
Well, we're gonna get you on the backboard and we're gonna get you going to the hospital. Okay, we're gonna get a C-collar around here, okay? Don't move your head.
Might be a little snug so you can't move, but it's supposed to be.
And we're gonna roll you like this so we don't hurt your spine. And we're gonna put this underneath your body. We're gonna roll you back on there and strap you in.
Ready? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I really hope that I never have to do this in real life. I'm ready.
Good news, I survived. And even though we did have some fun with this, obviously this is a situation that none of us ever really hoped to be in. However, it is reassuring to know that your first responders are prepared and ready to spring into action